We found out we were pregnant in January of 2013, and we were really excited because we'd been trying for a little while, and my husband got ready to go on a deployment to Afghanistan in February. So not our ideal timing, but we were still thrilled. So he left to go to Afghanistan. He was gone the majority of our pregnancy, and we found out, I had a perfect pregnancy. We found out towards the end that my daughter was sitting breech, and so we were able to get Alex to come home for the C-section because we knew what date that she was going to be delivered. Alex got home on Friday the 13th, and on Wednesday, September 18th, we went in to have our C-section and to meet our daughter. And we were so excited, and we got back to pre-op, and they couldn't find her heartbeat. And I kept telling my husband, I said, everything's fine, she's just stubborn. This is totally typical because he hadn't been to any of the appointments. So we waited for a little while for the doctor to get there, and when she came in, she had the sonogram machine, and the first image that I saw was of my daughter without a heartbeat. At that moment, I felt completely alone and hopeless because we had seen so much grace in our story with my husband being here and being home, and yet we felt helpless, totally helpless. I did not know about Hope Mommies in the first couple of months after we lost Kaitlyn. And in those months, I can tell you that we did not feel that we had a support group that understood where we were, because people would try to reach out and tell their stories, and it was never where we were. We were full term. We held our child. She was perfect. She was beautiful, and there was never anything that they could point to say, this is what happened to your child. We never had an explanation for why we lost her. After a couple of months, after the noise kind of settled down and everybody left us alone for a little bit, the only way I can describe it is providence. A stranger pretty much told me about Hope Mommies and got me connected with the groups. And instantly, I was hearing stories of women that had not only lost their child, but had gone on to have other children successfully and had living babies. And they told their stories of loss and mourning, and then also, and most importantly, of hope. And it was a Christian-based organization that just focused on Christ's plans for us, and that there's always purpose in our pain, and that by sharing our stories and sharing our children, we heal each other and we heal ourselves, and we can reach out to the women that don't know Christ and help them to understand that there's always hope and that we can see our babies again and cling to that. In February, I went to the Hope Mommies retreat that was outside of Austin, and I was connected with some women that were in the Dallas area that I didn't even know had gone through losses like mine. And it was such a community of companionship that women you could just reach out to and say, hey, I'm having a horrible day today. And they would pray for you right there and then. And it was no questions asked because they understood. Hope Mommies gave me a voice. It gave me a community. It made me not feel isolated from everyone around me. It just helped so much in the grieving process because it was just an outlet for that. And it was okay. If I'm angry today, if I'm sad today, if I need to cry, if I have to pull over in the car and just break down, these women understood, and they've been there, and they know what we're going through, and they light the path for how we want to be in the future. Like, we want to have this hope for other women in the future too, and share our stories with them as well.